Mercury is the innermost and smallest planet in the solar system. It is one of the four terrestrial planets, composed mainly of rock and metal. Here's a detailed overview of everything known about Mercury. Mercury has a diameter of about 4,880 kilometers, making it the smallest planet in the solar system. Its mass is about 5.5% that of Earth. Despite its small size, Mercury is very dense, with a density of 5.43 grams per cubic centimeter, second only to Earth in the solar system. This high density suggests it has a large metallic core. The gravity on Mercury is about 38% of Earth's gravity, meaning a person weighing 100 kilograms on Earth would weigh only 38 kilograms on Mercury. Mercury orbits the Sun at an average distance of about 57.9 million kilometers, 39 cents, making it the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury has an elliptical orbit, causing its distance from the Sun to vary. It takes about 88 Earth days to complete one orbit around the Sun, which means 1 year on Mercury is only about 88 Earth days long. Mercury's rotation is unique. It rotates on its axis once every 58.6 Earth days. Due to a phenomenon called spin-orbit resonance, Mercury completes 3 rotations for every 2 orbits around the Sun. This means that one-day night cycle, solar day, on Mercury takes about 176 Earth days. Mercury has virtually no axial tilt, at just 0.034 degrees. As a result, it lacks significant seasons. Mercury's surface is similar in appearance to the Moon's, heavily cratered and covered with impact marks. Some key features include: Mercury is covered in impact craters caused by collisions with asteroids and comets. Caloris Basin is one of the largest impact craters in the solar system, measuring about 1,550 kilometers in diameter. Mercury has large cliffs, known as lobate scarps, that stretch across its surface for hundreds of kilometers. These scarps are believed to have formed as the planet's interior cooled and contracted, causing the crust to crack and wrinkle. Some regions on Mercury are relatively smooth, thought to have been formed by ancient volcanic activity that flooded low-lying areas with lava. Unique to Mercury, hollows are bright, shallow depressions scattered across the planet's surface, likely formed by the sublimation, evaporation, of volatile materials. Mercury experiences some of the most extreme temperature variations in the solar system. Due to its lack of a significant atmosphere, temperatures on Mercury's surface can reach up to 430 degrees Celsius (800 degrees Fahrenheit) during the day and plunge to as low as minus 180 degrees Celsius (minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit) at night. These dramatic temperature swings occur because Mercury has no atmosphere to retain heat. Mercury has an extremely thin atmosphere, known as an exosphere, which is composed mainly of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium. This exosphere is so thin that it doesn't provide significant insulation or protection from solar wind and cosmic radiation. The particles in Mercury's exosphere are constantly replenished by solar wind and the impact of micrometeoroids on the surface. Has a disproportionately large metallic core, which makes up about 85% of the planet's radius. The core is mostly made of iron and may be partially molten. The large core contributes to Mercury's high density and magnetic field. Surrounding the core is a silicate mantle, about 600 kilometers thick. The mantle is much thinner than Earth's. The outermost layer is a rocky crust, estimated to be 35 kilometers thick. The crust has been heavily shaped by impacts and volcanic activity. Despite its small size and slow rotation, Mercury has a weak magnetic field that is about 1% the strength of Earth's. This was a surprising discovery because it was previously thought that small planets like Mercury would not have active magnetic fields. The origin of this magnetic field is thought to be from a dynamo effect, similar to Earth's, created by the circulation of molten material in its core. Mercury has been explored by two NASA missions. Mariner 10, 1974 to 1975. This was the first mission to visit Mercury, making 3 flybys and capturing the first close-up images of the planet's surface. Mariner 10 revealed Mercury's heavily cratered surface and magnetic field. Messenger, 2011 to 2015. The Messenger mission orbited Mercury and provided a wealth of information about its surface, atmosphere, magnetic field, and interior structure. It mapped the entire surface of the planet, discovered evidence of ice in permanently shadowed craters at the poles, and studied the planet's exosphere in detail. One of the surprising discoveries from the Messenger mission was the detection of water ice at Mercury's poles. Even though the planet experiences extremely high temperatures, there are regions near the poles, within deep craters that are permanently in shadow, where temperatures are cold enough for water ice to exist. It is believed that this ice was delivered by comets or formed by the interaction of solar wind with the surface. Mercury is thought to have formed about 4.6 billion years ago from the solar nebula. Early in its history, it likely experienced a large impact that stripped away much of its original mantle and crust, leaving it with a disproportionately large core. Mercury shows evidence of tectonic activity in its past, primarily from the formation of large scarps and wrinkles across its surface. This suggests that the planet contracted as it cooled over time. There are still many unanswered questions about Mercury. Some of the key mysteries include: why does such a small planet have a magnetic field at all? The nature of the dynamo in its core remains an active area of research. Evidence suggests Mercury was once volcanically active, but it is unclear exactly when and why this activity ceased. The exact process that forms the bright, shallow depressions, hollows, on Mercury's surface is still not fully understood. Bepi-Colombo, 2025. A joint mission by the European Space Agency, ESA, and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, Bepi-Colombo is currently on its way to Mercury. It launched in 2018 and is expected to arrive in 2025. This mission aims to study Mercury's magnetic field, magnetosphere, surface, and interior structure in much greater detail than previous missions. Mercury is named after the Roman god Mercury, the swift messenger of the gods, because of its rapid movement across the sky. Mercury can be seen from Earth with the naked eye but is challenging to observe due to its proximity to the Sun. It is best viewed shortly after sunset or just before sunrise when it appears low on the horizon. Mercury is a fascinating planet due to its proximity to the Sun, extreme temperatures, high density, and large metallic core. Its surface is scarred by impacts, and its exosphere is constantly replenished by solar winds and micrometeoroids. Despite being the smallest planet, Mercury has a surprisingly complex magnetic field and has even been found to harbor water ice in its permanently shadowed craters. Ongoing research and future missions, like Bepi-Colombo, will continue to unlock the mysteries of this small, enigmatic planet.